Guys. So today I have two games to analyze with you. Both ended in a checkmate. Yeah, so both won, but let's go through both of the games. So I just play the games on chess.com, but I analyzed in chess. I'm not gonna be using the engine today, so we're just going to be going through the games, maybe go through what I was thinking and how to go forward with that. And who knows, maybe you can learn something from it, or just comment, maybe I can learn something from you as well. Okay, so let's go. In this case, I had the black pieces, so let's just go and flip the board. So this was, I think, about 23 moves only. So black played e4, the knight's open, the king's opening. I responded with the Scandinavian. So they traded pawns. I removed my queen. They attacked the queen, and I put my queen in safety. So usually, what white likes to do is play bishop. So they play the pawn to d3 to let the bishop come over here to attack the queen. But they didn't do that. Say they played the knight to f3. I immediately went ahead to attack the knight. So I'm attacking the knight in this case, and I'm also pinning the knight to the queen. So yeah, basic opening stuff in this case. They remove their bishop. I push my pawn so I can release my bishop maybe. I finally did that, and in response to that, I played c6 to give my queen a safe space to go. And the next move is sorry, queen e2. I'm not sure what they're trying to do with it. Maybe remove the bishop and then maybe long castle. So yeah, next move I develop my knight, basic stuff, and then they made the blunder. They played bishop to g5. So let's just pause for a moment. Do you guys maybe know why this would be a blunder without looking at the notation board, of course? I'll give you a chance. Maybe pause for 2 seconds and then resume and then go ahead. So this is a blunder because, first of all, yes, this bishop is attacking my knight. However, this bishop or this field is also under attack by my queen. Granted, this bishop itself is defended by this knight, but as you can see, this knight is pinned to this queen. So I technically had a couple of options here. I could just take the bishop with my queen, and the knight would take, and I would take the queen, the trade pieces maybe, and I'd be a bit worse in this case. But the best option in this case is to take this knight with your bishop, because the queen will have no choice but to take it back, because if you take this knight with this bishop, I take the queen. So that's what we did. They took there, and I took a free bishop. So from this point on, the goal was simple. Develop, bring my king to safety, trade the pieces, go to the end game, and win this game. Because I'm just up one full, one full night in this case. Okay, so let's go. They develop, they place their rook there. What did I do? I remove my bishop. They put their rook on e3, and then I fork them. I could have forked them a while ago, but I wanted to remove my bishop first, so my king could castle freely. So I fork them. This fork, technically, um, yeah, it forces a trade because of course you're going to save the queen. So they took the knight, I took the rook back, and they played their knight in the center. So as you know, I'm up a piece. So in this case, I'm up a rook now. So I automatically took the bishop, took the knight. I could have went for the free pawn, like this one. Um, so it would attack the rook. Maybe the rook could come here, and I'd maybe take this pawn as well. But I thought, yeah. I thought maybe just trade the queens and we'll be even quickly, and I can finish the game more quickly. So they didn't want that, which is understandable because once the queens are off the board, it's a bit more easy for the yeah, for my side to win as I'm up a piece. So in I still could take the pawn, but yeah, I thought maybe they'd close this off, or yeah, maybe invade in this case. So I took necessary precautions and closed it off. They tried to come in this case. I canceled, put my king to safety. They went there with their rook. I attacked their rook maybe to go back, but they attacked my queen. So at this moment, I kind of noticed that these pawns were not pushed, and technically the king had no defenders there. So I just went to this side to maybe yeah, trade pieces with the queen, but they didn't want that. It wasn't technically made because the bishop could still come here. So yeah, um, the queen took there. I by by taking there, they are attacking my bishop. So what I've learned from a couple of videos, basically from YouTubers as well, a good chess player in this case. So if technically your opponent is attacking a piece of yours, and so you can retreat, but however, it's usually with a tempo. So you don't really want to do that. So if a piece of yours gets attacked and they have another piece of them that can be attacked as well, and it's as valuable as yours, just try it. You never know. So I did that. Of course, they went back. I went back with my bishop, and now they're attacking my queen again. So I think since they moved a bit quickly, they didn't maybe understand what I was trying to do, but I just went there. They attacked again, and yeah. So what's the best move in this position? Hmm? Yes, of course. Checkmate. Queen to c1, checkmate. So yeah. Um, how did you guys think that game went? I think the opponent played a bit quickly, and maybe they had already given up, but we're seeing that they had a couple of active pieces close to my king, but not really attacking it because my queen was always in the vicinity of them and would always be able to defend it well. Okay, so let's go to the next game. The next game I played with the white pieces. Also played on chess.com, and this also ended in a mate. However, this was a bit different. I don't usually try sacrifices, but this was one of those sacrifices that I think was a bit lucky to come out in a win for me because I was initially during the game, maybe till the end of the game, I was playing with 2 pounds more. However, I was a piece down, but I was just playing for a draw. So let's just go ahead. I was white in this case. I played the king's opening. They As soon as I played this, I knew Karokan. This is the Karokan defense, if I'm correct. And it's a good opening if you know how to play it. I'll be honest, I don't know how to play it, so usually I just try to counter it with something else I know. So yeah, this is it basically. So main moves in this case, I think there could be other, but you can push it. Maybe develop something else or take it as well. But I just developed my knight. I developed my knight. They took the pawn, and I played bishop. So as you can see on the elo bar, it kind of went down a bit, but um, yeah, I just chose to develop a piece. By developing this piece, I'm just attacking this square as well already, and this pawn doesn't go anywhere. So they can defend it, but yeah, it's not such a great move. Okay, So at this point, they developed their knight, and I played f3. So this part of this game is called, if I'm correct, the Van Henning Gambit. Van Hennig Gambit. So this gambit, yeah, it's basically a gambit because I offer a pawn. I offer a pawn, and when they take my pawn, I can develop my knight and take the pawn back. Okay, so the gambit is also good for the fact that when you castle, and this is already gone, this file is fully open for the rook to take advantage of. As you can see, the bishop is also here to take advantage of this weakness. Okay, so they didn't take the gambit, or they didn't accept the gambit. They developed their bishop. I took the pawn. They took the knight, the pawn. We traded pieces, and I developed my knight. Next move I castled, bring the king to safety. This, yeah, I don't think I have an advantage in this case. But yeah, I just wanted to bring my king to safety. Um, I'm so they developed the bishops trying to go to castle. However, I did notice this part with my bishop, with my knight coming inside, with my rook going there. So I played my knight to g5 to attack this bishop, and attack this pawn as well for a fork on the queen and the rook and the bishop. So they played bishop there, and then here comes the move that technically should have blown the game for me. However, yeah, I don't know. So I sacrificed my knight for one pawn, two pawns. So sorry, the opponent took, I took this. So I did give up a piece, but I gained two pawns in return. Didn't just gain two pawns. I Now the opponent cannot castle at all. Not on this side, of course. I traded pieces. I defended my pawn. They tried to attack my bishop. I defended it. So why I didn't pull my bishop back, I technically wanted to maybe skewer the king. So let's say if they played a random move like maybe this to here, I could have played here, check, maybe. So something like that. Something like that. Okay, so I defended it. They played their bishop there. So I think I had played this because maybe they would come here and here, or yeah, I don't really know why I played it, or maybe it was a waiting move to see where they would put their knight. Maybe they would put their knight here or here. So yeah, that's a waiting move. When you technically, so you have a move to play, but you don't really know which piece or which field the opponent is going to use. Then you play a waiting move to maybe wait it out before you play your move, so you can plan ahead. Took the knight, little check, remove the queen. Queen is attacked again. I remove the queen again, and I'm attacking their pawn. So I don't know what they wanted to do there. Maybe if I take it, they put their rook here. They put their rook here to maybe attack here, but uh, I don't know. They have nothing to defend their rook. So I just took the pawn. I already was behind a piece. Now it's three pieces, 3 pawns for a piece. So it's looking a bit better, I think. Attacking my queen. Go with a check. Attack their queen. Attack their queen again. They want to trade pieces. I trade the pieces with them. I play h3 mainly to close their bishop out. I know their rook wants to come in, but I have a plan for that as well. So the rook came in. If I didn't do the following move, they would maybe take this pawn and take all the remaining pawns. So I offered to trade the rooks. traded it. Yeah, and we went on from here. I was playing to close the king inside and close this rook as well. Close this one as well. It was a bit systematically. I was in this case playing for basically playing for a draw. Almost playing for a draw. So the bishop can come here, but I can push this. They come here. I push this. Or no, I push this first to attack this, then I push this. So yeah, it would have been a bit different. They tried. I don't know if I would have taken. They would have gained a tempo. Um, but I just did the simple thing. I pushed. I pushed the pawn. The king had one, two, three, four, five places to go, and they chose the worst option. I technically didn't see this myself. I just played there, and it was made. The king played here. Boom, they lost. Checkmate. So yeah, this was a fun surprise, to be honest. Uh, but yeah, those are the two games. I chose two winning games in the beginning because this is basically the first video. But yeah, we'll go through much more games in the future. Also games that I lost, maybe some tournaments itself, maybe do some puzzles with each other. But yeah, thanks for watching and see you soon. Bye.